So once these pieces are complete, we have everything that we're going to need for our quilt blocks. So we have the large rectangles, the small rectangles, the square units, and the trapezoid units. So although each block is different and they are put together improvisationally, they are each made with the same pieces. That's what helps the piecing for people that sometimes struggle with improv piecing. So the way I like to separate my pieces is you can separate them into piles, but I like to use little plates because then you can put all the pieces for a block on a plate, and that will keep them organized and separate. And then you can also see how many blocks you have left to do by how many plates you have. So for each block, you're going to need one of each of these the large rectangles, and you're going to need two each of the small rectangles. And then you're going to need 4 of the square units. And I would just look through and grab 4 different ones. Don't overthink it too much, but also try to get each of the colors. So I don't have anything with the dark color. And there I have all the colors. So there's 4 square units and then 4 trapezoid units. So let's see, there's a different one. There, so I have 1, 2, 4, 5 of all the colors there. So there's 5 trapezoid units. So these are all the pieces that are going to make up one block. So I'll put that aside, and then I can sort out the rest of my pieces so that I have all the pieces divided for the blocks. Now, depending on how many blocks you're doing, what size quilt you're doing, you may have a couple of these left over. And that's just because of how the math works out. And that's okay. You can save those for another project or put them in a label on the back or something. So you might have a couple of those left over.